You can't detain someone without a crime, though.
No.
Suspicion's not a crime.
They just said you're putting cameras in patrons' faces. That's all I'm asking. Were you guys doing that?
We're not going to answer any questions.
Tonight, we're bringing you two real encounters from different locations. One at a school parking lot in Genesee Township, and another outside a dispensary in Champaign, Illinois. What started as ordinary public activity quickly turned into tense confrontations. One question echoed throughout: will he hand over his ID? Big thanks to the original creators for documenting these moments and helping spread awareness about civil rights. Be sure to subscribe to their channel, the link is in the description, and let them know ID Refusal Cops sent you, because we believe in protecting civil liberties. Stay with us until the end. You'll definitely have your own opinion about what happened.
Practicing football, he deemed it suspicious. He doesn't know who you are, so he's checking you out. And he's asking some simple questions.
And that's understandable, but suspicion is not a crime.
Okay, if he deems it suspicious, just the same as if somebody was driving a motorcycle in your neighborhood, just hear me out.
Okay, go ahead,
Somebody was driving a motorcycle in your neighborhood, and they dropped a bag that was near their home. When you want, or near your home, when you want us to at least check them out?
100%, 100%. Right, but it was the way he did it. It was the way he did it. It was very unprofessional and aggressive. And he was treating me like I'm a criminal, like I did something wrong. And then, are you going to be professional and identify yourself? You're a member of the public. No, you didn't. What's your name and your badge number? Thank you for being professional.
Thank you for sharing. It is open to the public.
I didn't share it. That you illegally took my information. So he just said that's exactly right.
Because he has a lawful opportunity to do so. Listen, I don't even know who your first name is. If he deems it suspicious and he's checking it out, he can do so, lawfully do so. And that's what he's doing here today. Why are we making this so much harder than it has to be?
It didn't have to be hard. It didn't have to be hard at all. All I said was, what I asked him when he asked the question, I asked the question.
Okay. All right. So, as a stand,
didn't start out being defensive.
I don't.
Did you forfeit this bag when you sat it over there?
I don't forfeit my bag for sending it over there.
You drove it away, like I just got done saying. If you left it there and drove away from it, you lose an expectation of privacy for it.
No, that is not correct. You're telling me I can't send my bag down to practice riding my motorcycle?
But you jumped to a conclusion and went right to the defense. All you did was tell him.
No, I'm not legally obligated to tell him anything.
First of all, I don't even know who you are.
You don't have to know who I am.
Okay, if he deemed it suspicious and he's checking it out.
Suspicion is not a crime.
You're operating a motor vehicle.
No, I'm not. I'm parked. I'm parked.
At the time you were.
The ID request sounds simple, but the constitutional question begins one step earlier. Was this a lawful investigative detention? Under Terry v. Ohio, an officer needs specific, articulable facts supporting reasonable suspicion before restricting a person's freedom. Brown v. Texas held that police could not detain a person and demand identification without a specific basis for suspecting criminal conduct. Hybel v. 6th Judicial District Court allowed a state to require a detained suspect to state his name where a valid stop and identify statute applied during a lawful Terry stop. The ruling did not create a universal duty to hand over a physical ID card. The transcript alone does not establish whether Michigan law required this person to identify himself under these exact circumstances, so the final legal conclusion is unknown.
I'm parked when he pulled up. I was parked.
Okay. Do you have an identification? Do you have an identification?
I don't answer questions. I'm not answering any questions. That was very unprofessional of him. It was very aggressive. I'm glad you de-escalated. I don't know what he would have done if you didn't de-escalate that.
Okay. All right, we're good.
We're good? What do you mean we're good?
You want something else done?
Yeah, your card. I want your card. I want your card. I want your card.
I'll make sure you get it.
I got it right here.
Thank you.
I'll give it to him. He told you he was off for statute.
Right, but that's ridiculous. He's a member of the public.
He's doing his job. I'll give you his name.
That was me understanding.
I'm sure, again, in the same circumstances, if it was at your home, you would want us to check that person out and ensure that that's who they are.
Understandable.
Now, you do have a legal obligation to know. We need to know who you are. Okay, if you say, no, I'm not telling you who I am, and we're investigating something that we deem to be suspicious, now you're obstructing.
If I'm being detained for a crime.
Yeah.
He detained me. I didn't do no crime. He legally detained me. I didn't do any crime here.
Okay, detaining is different from an arrest.
Yeah, but you have to detain me for something I've done illegally.
To ensure that something isn't going on, and he's done so in enough fashion. Okay, he's done so in enough fashion to determine that there isn't a crime present. Right? We could have taken that extra step and said you're demanded, and we're demanding that we see a license from you. But he didn't.
I mean,
he's comfortable as to where he's at with it. We're leaving it as it is.
You're cosplaying me right now. You're cosplaying me. All I did was pull up here, and I was gonna practice riding my motorcycle. He pulled up, asked me a bunch of questions. I was like, okay, what is there a reason why you're asking all these questions? Okay. And then he got all like ego out of control and started saying I was detained and this and that, and like all I was doing is asking him why I'm being questioned for illegal activity. I'm doing nothing illegal. Whatever. And then he legally searched my bag like I'm doing something wrong. I understand that, yes.
Once you leave something there, he's checking out to make sure there's any weapons, especially with school shootings, with everything else that's going on in this crazy world. He's ensuring that we're keeping our kids safe here. And if you have an issue with that, then you really need to think about what
I do not have an issue for that.
Okay, I would think it sounds like you got a good level head on your shoulders.
I'm trying to. I just didn't like the way he approached me.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe there's a lot of different ways. When my boss approaches me sometimes, I don't like the way he does it. But you know what? He does it, and I listen to him. I respect it. So all we're asking is that we get the respect out of you. He came here to check something out that he thinks is suspicious, right? Mm-hmm. And in doing so, he found that everything was fine, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so are we done?
We're done, but
did he do his job?
I mean, I feel like my rights were violated.
Okay, if he deemed it suspicious and he detained you for a time until he could deem it wasn't suspicious.
You can't detain someone without a crime, though.
No.
Suspicion is not a crime.
There's a difference. A simple detainment is separate from an arrest. Are you in handcuffs?
Well, you in
handcuffs?
No, sir. But
have you been told you've been placed under arrest?
No, sir.
Okay. So all he's doing is talking with you to deem whether or not something was suspicious. And yes, at a school, after hours, when there's no other people around, and you leave a bag around, yeah, that can be certainly deemed suspicious. And we want to make sure that our kids are safe here. And in doing so, we're doing our job.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yeah, he is going to check it out, and I expect him to, as my officer, to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and who do I speak to about this? As far as like
you're talking to.
All right, and you're saying that my rights weren't violated at all in any way?
Checked it out. If you weren't sitting in the back of this car and this is a personal contact, okay, and he wants to know who you are, he could have went down the road of obstruction.
Here, the encounter turns from an ID request into a warning about obstruction, raising the stakes immediately. Michigan's obstruction statutes depend on the specific conduct and the applicable provision. The transcript does not establish that silence or refusal to identify satisfied every element of an offense. The Supreme Court's rule in Hybel was narrow. Identification could be compelled during a lawful Terry stop because Nevada had a specific stop and identify statute requiring the suspect to state his name. Even then, the request had to remain reasonably related to the circumstances that justified the stop. Whether the bag, the school setting, and the officer's observations created sufficient reasonable suspicion cannot be resolved from this transcript alone, so the answer remains unknown.
But he didn't.
That's a secondary charge. Obstruction, you have to have a...
You haven't been charged with anything yet.
Right, so how can he charge me with obstruction?
Because we don't know who you are. Right now, as we stand, I still don't know who you are.
I don't have to identify unless I've committed a crime.
Okay. That's not true.
That's 100% true.
You need to look at, then it's called Terry stop, okay? You deemed it suspicious.
A Terry stop doesn't mean I have to give away my rights. That's just a frisk. That's just
Did he frisk you?
That's
a pat you down.
Right, that's a Terry stop.
It is a person-to-person contact.
Right, it's consensual. I don't have to tell you who I am unless I've committed a crime.
He hasn't done anything wrong, and neither have you. And we're going to leave it at that.
He illegally searched my bag and took my ID, and he ID'd me. I have a right to privacy as a private citizen.
When you leave it in a parking lot and walk away from it and drive away from it, like he said you did.
But I didn't do that.
Okay, but that's what he's saying. I can only go based on what he said. I don't know what was here because I wasn't here. But he said you left it be. You said you
bag's right there, and I'm right here.
Okay, don't know.
You're right here. The bag's there, there, and you're here. How do you not know? You pulled up. You pulled up when he was questioning me with my bag sitting right there.
How am I supposed to know everything that was going on when I'm pulling up to the scene, not knowing exactly what's taking place? How am I supposed to know that?
Well, you know that I'm right here still, so I didn't pull away from the bag.
Okay, I don't even know where the bag was at.
It's sitting.
The first encounter ends without a clear agreement, but the debate doesn't stop there. In the next video, the focus shifts from a school parking lot to a public sidewalk, where another group refuses to answer questions as police respond to a call. Different location, different people. The same tension over public interactions.
Hey, what are you guys doing? What are you guys recording?
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Recording.
What are you guys recording for?
We're doing like taking your license plate, doing like facial recognition.
What?
We're getting like license plates and like facial recognition and stuff like that.
Why?
For our boss.
We're like here?
No. We don't work
No,
here.
we don't work here.
Where do you work then?
We have a company, but we can't really tell you.
Well, if you're getting my license plate, I feel like you should be able to tell me where you work.
I don't know. We could.
We could call them.
We
You
could
wanna
like call
speak
our
to our
boss.
boss?
and,
Well,
like,
no, I'm just curious if you're getting my license plate number.
Yeah, we
You
have
guys,
we're
I'm
just out here doing a job. So
well, who do you work for?
Well, I mean, I don't know if we can really.
Yeah, we
we could. Like I'm saying, we could call.
Sure,
we could
call
call
them.
the boss.
I'm curious because I mean, if you guys can record,
And what's your name?
Jackie.
No, you have to stay in front of the camera.
No, I
But what
don't.
if you like did something behind my back?
That's okay. That's weird.
Ma'am.
You guys are acting so weird.
Ma'am, here's my boss. Here.
Okay.
And what's your name? So I can tell him?
Jay.
Jay?
Jay.
Jay, okay. I don't know how well you'll be able to hear. Hey, boss.
That's weird though because I don't know who you're calling, so
Hello?
I don't even know if it's legit.
Hey, boss. I have a lady here that's what's your concern?
Well, I'm just curious why you're like need my license plate number. I guess I'm curious why you can get my license plate number, but you can't tell me who you're working for.
Yes, but what's your name?
Jay?
And your last name?
Oh, I'm not giving you that. You can't tell me where you guys work for, but you want my full name?
CTI.
And my license plate?
CTI.
I have to make sure that you're even authorized to be speaking to me.
Like it's
That's
it's
weird.
like high security clearance.
Uh,
That's why I
it's
asked
high
for your.
security clearance, but you guys are trying to do facial recognition to license plates, but you can't tell me who you work for.
Here. He's trying to tell you. No, don't grab it.
Then don't say
No,
here.
I'm like pulling it up so you can talk. Just listen.
Oh, okay. I'm listening to some man on the phone. I don't know who you are. Okay, I'm listening. Your boss said, what's your, oh wait, hold on. Sir, what's your name?
His name is Barthol.
Are you?
Okay, am I talking to him or am I talking to you guys?
Okay, just talk to him. We'll be quiet.
Okay.
Hey, boss, we'll let you talk.
Okay, I'm sorry, what's your name?
Shut up for 2 minutes.
Yes, I will. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, he's telling me. She walked away.
How we doing, guys?
How's it going?
Good. Hey, I'm just gonna let you know. We got a call, and I was gonna see what was going on, basically.
Nothing much. What's going on with you?
No, I'm asking in front of this dispensary.
What do you mean?
Were you guys
We're in-
recording? Were you
we're
guys
over here.
putting the dispensary called? Here's what I'm. Hold on a second. Don't worry. You've been here the whole time.
No,
Have you
we're
been
not
at-
gonna answer any
Huh?
questions. We're
Okay.
not gonna answer.
No, the only reason I'm asking is
The officer asks questions, but the transcript never shows him announcing a detention or ordering anyone to remain. During a consensual police encounter, a person generally may decline to answer and may ask whether they are free to leave. The Fourth Amendment becomes more directly involved when police restrain that freedom through force or a show of authority. Under Terry v. Ohio, a temporary detention requires reasonable suspicion based on specific facts, not merely a desire to investigate a complaint. Illinois law 725 ILCS 5/107/14 similarly authorizes temporary questioning when an officer reasonably infers that a person committed, is committing, or is about to commit an offense. Whether this conversation ever became a detention is unknown because the transcript shows no clear command to stay and no attempted departure.
they just said you were putting cameras in patrons' faces. That's all I'm asking. Were you guys doing that?
We're not gonna answer any questions. Just like I said.
Were you? Well, here's the question: are you on a public? Are you on a?
That's something that you guys have to find out.
That's another
Okay.
question.
Well,
We're not gonna
I'm
answer.
asking you: were you on their property or are you on public property?
Are you asking questions?
I'm asking you questions. Yes.
Right. We're not gonna answer those.
Okay. Well,
Miss Darren.
all right. Miss what?
I said Mr. Darren.
Okay. That's fine, guys. All we got is call for service. I'm just trying to ask questions, figure
It's
out
all
what's
good.
going on.
Is there anything else we can do for you?
As long as you stay on public property, you're good.
You can 10-8 with your directives. You're good.
As long as you stay on public property.
As I'll go on private property wherever I want. Thank you. You take it easy, Darren.
Yeah,
Mr.
we
Darren.
can.
You can 10-8. You're good. You're good to 10-8.
They never told us we have to leave, so good luck.
The officer invokes disorderly conduct, but Illinois law requires more than someone merely feeling uncomfortable or alarmed. Under 720 ILCS 526(1)(a)(1), the conduct must be knowingly unreasonable, alarm or disturb another, and provoke a breach of the peace. The Seventh Circuit has also held that applying Illinois law to prohibit audio recording of police performing public duties triggered heightened First Amendment scrutiny and likely violated the First Amendment. That does not mean every act of filming is automatically protected in every location. Trespass, interference, threats, or other independently unlawful conduct may change the analysis. From this transcript alone, whether the auditor's conduct satisfied every element of disorderly conduct is unknown.
Huh? They're the ones that called.
They never came out and spoke to us and told us we had to leave. We weren't on their property, so.
You're dismissed. 10-8.
That's why I'm asking you where you're at. You understand
10-8.
that?
You can
That's
10-8.
something
You're
you
good.
have to investigate. Why would we answer your question?
Because we got called because you guys.
Go over there, talk to them.
Okay, so then when we come back, are you going to answer questions?
No.
Exactly. You guys make things so difficult.
Oh.
We make things American.
No, you don't. You make things completely
Difficult by not answering your arbitrary questions. Hold on.
As long as you're on public
No,
property.
As
I
the
can be on
spot
private
cooled
property.
down and
Yeah,
things
yeah,
started
yeah.
to
Not
slow
if you're
down, we went over
breaking
to
the
the
law
7
on
brew to
pro-
get some
on
ice
What's
cold
the
drinks
law?
because it was very hot today. We
If you're
noticed that
putting
we were being
people- if you're
followed
putting
by the
cameras in
police,
patrons'
and they
faces
were
going
coming
in and out
down
of
the
the
street
store.
What
right
law is
for
that?
us.
That's called disorderly conduct.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. You're,
No, it's
they,
No, it's not.
they were alarmed and disturbed
Hey, we're
by
not going to
your
go back and
behavior.
forth.
That's why they called.
We're not going to go back and forth.
That's a law.
We're not going to go back and forth.
That's a
not
law.
No.
That is a law.
We're not going to go
A
back and
state
forth.
law.
You're dismissed.
If
You
you're
can 10-8.
putting cameras in people's
You can-
faces,
all right, yeah.
that's called disorderly
No, it's not.
conduct.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. They were alarmed and disturbed by your behavior.
No, it's not.
So maybe
You're just
you
saying
guys
that.
need to know the law.
You're saying that.
I'm saying that is the law. That's what we were told.
Are
on
you
our
a
dispatch
supervisor
ticket.
or something?
Huh?
Are you a supervisor?
I'm not a supervisor.
You want to get yours, or you want to just 10-8?
Are you threatening me?
I said, do you?
Are you threatening me?
Just go
no,
back
are
in your
you
vehicle
threatening me?
and have a good day.
Wait, are you threatening me?
Time out. What threat
Is
was
that what you're doing?
What threat was
Why
that?
do I need to get a supervisor when I'm an officer?
Because I'm asking you
That's
for
a
one
threat.
if I
That's a
want
threat.
to.
Do you want a supervisor?
I do, yeah.
Okay, and what's your reasoning?
My reasoning is because I would like to talk to him.
Does he have to answer your questions?
I don't know, does he? He's a public servant
Point
just
being,
like
there you go.
Oh,
Point
no.
being, you can drive off. Have a good day. Toodaloo.
Thank you for 10-8.
Bye-bye.
Two different encounters, two different locations, but the same lesson. When authority asks questions, knowledge determines whether fear takes control or freedom holds the line. In the first video, a simple bag near a school became the center of a tense dispute over detention, identification, and police authority. In the second, cameras on public ground triggered accusations, legal threats, and a confrontation over whether recording becomes disorderly conduct. These moments remind us that civil liberties are not protected by anger, insults, or reckless confrontation. They are protected by calm resistance, clear questions, documented facts, and the courage to know where the legal line stands. So tell us in the comments, have you ever been questioned, detained, or asked for identification when you believed the officer had no legal basis? What did you do, and what would you do differently today? Like this video if these encounters made you think. Subscribe so you are never caught unprepared when a routine conversation suddenly becomes a test of your rights. This is ID Refusal Cops, more than a channel, a community, where legal knowledge becomes confidence and peaceful resistance becomes power. You do not need to shout to defend your freedom. You need to know the law, hold your ground, and never surrender your rights through fear.